guys, it's Janavastaya. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to react to another tribute, Star Wars tribute for Anakin Skywalker, Hero with No Fear by Doo Films. So I'm quite excited because I've heard it's pretty popular video. So it's not a brand new video, but it's really popular. So I'm kind of surprised I've never watched these videos before. They're kind of popular. So anyway, guys, make sure to subscribe to see more content like this. And I just wanted to say thank you for subscribing, by the way, because I've seen there's some new subscribers. So thank you so much. I truly, truly appreciate it. And it makes me feel like, we're sharing our thoughts and to get together, we're having conversations and we're sharing thoughts on what we love. And that's why I'm posting videos, to be honest with you. It's just because I want to talk to people. Most of the people that I know don't like any of these things. They don't like Star Wars, any of the shows that I watch. So my husband is not really into movies at all. He watches them, but he's not really super analytical about it. Like, he doesn't watch the same movie 10 million times or just once, and it's over with. And I'm the kind of person who likes to talk about it and likes to think about it and rewatch it and maybe see things that I didn't notice the first time. So anyway, that's me. But thank you so much. Let's get into it.
The most powerful Jedi of his generation. The fastest. The strongest. He is the best there is. Perhaps the best there will ever be.
True.
The HoloNet calls him the hero with no fear. But fear lives inside him anyway, chewing away at the firewalls around his heart. Children on Tatooine tell stories of the dragons that live inside the planet's twin suns. Those that power everything from starships to pod racers. But Anakin's fear is another kind of dread. A cold kind. A dead kind. But not nearly dead enough. Years ago, a minor mission had brought them to a fringe system. One so immeasurably old that its star had long ago turned into a frigid dwarf. Anakin couldn't remember what the mission might have been. But he'd never forgotten that dead star. It had scared him. Stars can die?
Yeah.
He knew then that everything dies, and in time, even stars burn out. This is the kind of fear that lives inside Anakin Skywalker, the dragon of the dead star. Every day.
And I just want to interrupt here. It's in summary, he fears death. He fears the unexpected. And because he cannot win death. And he's not powerful enough to save anyone from death or, kind of go against someone's destiny to die. And this is kind of interesting because the Revenge of the Sith focused on this aspect of fear of death more so than the other movies. And also the Rise of Skywalker does address that because of what Ben Solo did in the end with Rey. So this theme of saving someone's life or from passing, it's a recurring theme in Star Wars, and I think that is connected to the resurrection theme, and the way the Force Ghost came to be, and what it means to be a Force Ghost, or to join with the Force,
He wrestles with his dragon, but for all his strength, he can't push back. He's losing, and nothing can stop the ancient, cold, dead voice within his mind that whispered in his darkest moments, "All things die." But within his agony, an invisible hand stretched outward, and he found her, far away, alone in the dark. And for an instant, he was her. He was the beating of her heart, and he was the motion of her lips. And he was her soft words, as though she spoke a prayer to the stars. And her purity, and her passion, and the truth of her love flowed into him and through him. And every atom of his being screamed to the Force, "How can I let her die?" The Force had no answer for him. The dragon did. All things die, Anakin Skywalker. Even stars burn out. Now, no wisdom of Yoda's, no teaching of Obi-Wan's, not one scrap of Jedi lore came to him that could choke the dragon down. But there was an answer, one he had for years hidden from sight. Anakin stopped. His agony evaporated. It was simple. All he had to do was decide what he wanted. The dragon again tried to whisper a failure, of weakness, of inevitable death. But with one hand he caught it, crushed away its voice, and broke its power with a single effortless twist. I am Darth Vader, he repeated, as he ground the dragon's corpse to dust beneath his mental heel. As he watched the dragon's dust and ashes,
Point out that he becomes Darth Vader, and Darth Vader is the one that brings fear in other people. And I find that interesting, that he was so fearful of death, and then he becomes almost the person that people, the thing that people fear the most, even more than death, or equal to death. So I find that very poetic and ironic at the same time.
and you are nothing at all. He had become, finally, what they had all called
The
him.
hero with no fear.
The hero with
Yeah.
no fear.
But he's still a hero, which is interesting. He calls him still a hero.
This is Anakin Skywalker. This is Darth Vader.
Oh, that's
This
interesting how they
is the fear of the
show
dragon.
still him, and then, you know, in his way was as Darth Vader. Two sounds.
Then you open your eyes, and the first dawn of light in your universe brings pain. The light burns you. It will always burn you. You can hear yourself breathing. It becomes hard and harsh, and it scrapes at nerves already raw. But you cannot stop it. You cannot even slow it down. It is only when you start to speak, and another voice speaks for you, that you remember. You remember all of it. The dragon that brought forth Vader from your heart to slay. The cold venom of Vader's blood. The furnace of Vader's fury. And the black hatred of seizing her throat to silence her lying mouth.
Jeez.
And there is one
Oh, no.
blazing moment
Can't
in
watch
which you
this scene
finally
anymore.
understand that there was no dragon. That there was no Vader. That there was only you. Only Anakin Skywalker. That it was all you. Is you. Only you. You killed her. You killed her because when you could have saved her, when you could have gone away with her, when you could have been thinking about her, you were thinking about yourself. It is in this blazing moment that you finally
didn't
understand
kill her,
the
though.
trap of the dark side,
Well,
the
indirectly
final cruelty
probably,
of the
but
Sith. Because now, yourself is all you will ever have. You rage and scream to crush the shadow who has destroyed you. But you are so far less now than what you were. You are more than half machine.
I just want to pause 1 second. I really love the storytelling in this video, by the way. I'm not sure if this comes from somewhere, or if this is the editor who's actually speaking as a voiceover narration. So I really enjoy the writing, and I really enjoy this story. It's very fluent. It flows very well, so I really enjoy it.
You are like a painter gone blind, a composer gone deaf. You can remember where the power was, but the power you can touch is only but a memory. Now the shadow is all you have left, because the shadow understands you. The shadow forgives you. The shadow gathers you unto itself, and within your furnace heart,
Yeah,
you burn
it's true,
in your
because
own flame.
the
This
Jedi
is how
would
it
have
feels
never
to be
forgiven
Anakin
him.
Skywalker. Forever.
I really love this scene. cared only for her, you know. At the end of the day, he didn't care of anyone else. He cared only for his family. I loved it. Loved it. Especially the voiceover narration. The writing was excellent. Loved it. It makes you think because Anakin was viewed as the hero in the prequels, along with Obi-Wan, and he was viewed as a hero with no fear. But little with this anger and hatred in him, everyone was like I was thinking, where did that come from? And that's kind of a manifestation of his own fear, the fear of loss. He had this fear of losing people all the time. It could have been Obi-Wan, it could have been Padme, his mother, Queen John. So I think everyone in his life, he cherished them and he feared that he would lose them. And unfortunately, the fear of losing someone brought him to make decisions that were not really good decisions, and it was out of desperation and out of fear. Sometimes when you're motivated by fear, you tend to make bad decisions because you don't use common sense and you're not thinking rationally, you're thinking irrationally. And even though he had a vision that came true, in reality, if he let it happen, maybe he would have lived with his children at least. Even if, for example, Padme did die and he could have now saved her, he would have, maybe the children could have been saved, and even like they were saved, and he would have been a single father. You know what I mean? Like there would have been something good out of it, no matter what, because the children would have had a family, right? The true family. But instead, because he tried to stop it from happening, to stop the inevitable, things became worse than, you know, than his vision. That he lost his wife, and also he lost his children in a way because he thought they were dead. So, and he didn't raise them, and they were separated for a very long time. And I found that very interesting. It's a nice parallel, and the fact that he becomes Darth Vader, which is the symbol of fear, a symbol of death, is the death of a human being, because as Obi-Wan said, he's a machine. He's not even a man anymore. It's almost like a robotic, and we know actually robots, they do have feelings in Star Wars and they do have personality, so it's not quite true. But for the Jedi, he was perceived as death in person. It was not a human being, it was a treated like one, right? So I really enjoy that concept. I really did, and I hope to see more tributes with this concentrating and focusing on the theme of loss and death. Absolutely. And I think the final scene when he dies, it kind of embraces the fact that he can't save himself, and that's when he realized that he cannot stop it from happening, and that's why he lets it happen, so that he can see his son for the first time and let his son see him the way he was under the mask. And in the end, it's what lies behind the mask that we are attracted to. We're not attracted to the mask. The mask is just a cover up. We're attracted to what's behind that, and that is why at the end, at the final scene with Luke, it's kind of refreshing and it's satisfying to see him looking at each other truly, you know, eye to eye, you know what I mean? And I think that's when he embraces the fact that he's going to join the Force, and or hoping to join the Force. That's when he become a true Jedi, because he embraces the fact that death is unstoppable at this point, and you really cannot save anyone from dying. And let's talk about the rise of Skywalker. Yes, Ben Solo did in fact save Rey and use his life force to save her. And there was some criticism. I think it was a way to kind of like to show that he succeeded in what Anakin tried to do, but he couldn't. But at the end of the day, death is not escapable. In fact, he had to sacrifice himself. So he saved Rey, but at the end of the day, he died. So death is unescapable. Someone will die. Whether you use your life force to save somebody, you're not going to survive this. So Rey escaped death thanks to him, but he did not escape it. He died for it. So at the end of the day, again, death is unescapable. Everyone dies the same way as stars burn out. Let me know what you guys thought of this video. Did you guys like it? I really love these tributes regarding like featuring Anakin Skywalker, and please recommend more of those. I really enjoy them, and I'll see you guys next time. Ciao!